Welcome to a special edition of Mr. Reely's Neighborhood with the great Realissimo. Today, I have worked a full 10 minutes on magic tricks just for you, and I know you'll find them amazing. First, I'm going to test your brain skills. Do you know what this is? I don't either, but here comes another one. Hey, yeah. Or do you know what this is? It's a spider doing push-ups on a mirror. Or how about this? Do you know what this is? It's a brain sucker starving to death. Get it? Starving to death, no brain. Okay. All right. Now, on to some real tricks that I've prepared for you today. Here's the first one. Here you go. Little music, please. Okay. Notice two rings. Hit the rings together. See? Solid rings right there. I got two rings. Here we go. Rings are connected. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Disconnected. Woohoo! Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now here's some other tricks. Years of practice. Years of practice. Yeah, years of practice. You might try some of those if you can. Just try not to hurt yourself. It's actually a lot harder than it looks. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Oh, yeah, we got like this. You'll notice this. A green rag. Ooh. A yellow rag. Ooh. And I have my magic camera case.
Oh.
I'm going to put the yellow rag inside the magic camera case. And I'm going to put the green rag inside the magic camera case. And I'm going to close it up. Say the magic words, abracadabra. And look what happens. The yellow one's green and the green one's yellow. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes. It's really amazing, isn't it? And now, a few card tricks for you. I think you'll really like these. You'll notice I have an ordinary deck of cards that one of my sons gave out at his wedding, May 22nd, 2010, as Chelsea and Ryan on there. But other than that, they're an ordinary deck of cards. And we're going to do some things here, just showing my amazing mental capabilities of the great Realissimo. Now, I am going to draw. You'll notice just regular deck of cards, right? Okay. So I'm going to draw cards, and I'm just going to draw a card and hold it up and tell you what it is. Okay. Again, I'm going to mix up. There you go. So you got it mixed up. Okay. All right. I'm going to hold it up. Don't tell me what it is. All right. 8 of clubs. Is that right? 8 of clubs? Oh. 10 of clubs. Let's try that one again. All right. Ready? I'll mix them up again. Let's try it again. And I'm just trying to get up so I can see you a little closer. That's a 10 of spades. How about that? Hey, it's 10 of spades. Okay. All right. Let's try another one. All right. Now this one I'm going to hold completely flat. Okay. Make it even more challenging. All right. So drawing it out, holding it completely flat. You can't see it and I can't see it either. All right, let me think. I'm concentrating. I'm feeling something here. Oh, look behind you. What's that over there? Oh, it was nothing. I'm sorry. I just thought it was something sneaking up on you. Let's go with four of spades. How about it? Woohoo! Yes, pretty amazing, isn't it? Okay, now I'm gonna do a couple things here. Okay, mixing up the cards. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to draw out a card because I know you think that these are like just tricks or something, but I'm going to draw a card with my eyes closed here. Ready? Is it a 6 of diamonds? No, don't do that because I didn't think that it was. Okay. Here's another deck of cards. Weren't used at any kind of wedding or anything. Okay, but you'll notice just normal cards. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say the magic word, which you know is abracadabra, and I'm going to draw out the aces and aces out of this deck. In fact, let's don't say a magic word. Let's just call the aces out. Okay, here we go. Come here, little aces. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. What fell? Ace. 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 Impressed? Now there's still one more in there somewhere. There's always one little puppy that drags behind the others. Come to Papa. What could that be right there? The final ace. Isn't that amazing? I'll give you a moment to cheer and clap. Go ahead. Thank you. The great Relissimo strikes again. Now, I'm going to do a little mind reading here. And so I want you got to be honest because you really got to be thinking things so that I can read your mind, okay? So I want you right now to think of something that's round, like a ball, and that it's orange in color, and you peel it, and when you eat it, it tastes like an orange. Okay, think about that. All right, ready? You're thinking of an orange. Yes, yes, and amazing. And you thought, well, maybe he's just lucky. Let's try another one, okay? Be thinking of a number between 3 and 5. 3 and 5. You're thinking of the number 4. I know that's amazing. And right now, I know you're thinking what you're thinking right now. I can tell you were thinking that those are like the dumbest tricks that you have ever seen in your whole life. Am I right? Right. See, I am in mine. And now to our Bible lesson. If you will turn to Galatians 6. Galatians 6 verses 7 through 9. And believe it or not, this does have something to do with magic tricks. Galatians 6, 7 through 9. Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. Whoever sows to please their flesh, from the flesh will reap destruction. Whoever sows to please the Spirit, from the Spirit will reap eternal life. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially those who belong to the family of believers. And I'm going to focus on the first 4 words there for just a second. Do not be deceived. And that's kind of what the magic I was doing for you. You know, I was kind of tricking you and deceiving you to make think something's magic or amazing. And magic, there's nothing wrong with magic. It's really kind of a fun form of deception. It's kind of exciting to wonder, how did he do that? How did the great Relissimo do those tricks? Or if you happen to find a better magician somewhere, you might wonder, how do they do that? But there are other forms of deception that are not good. And that's kind of what we're talking about a little bit today. And Paul says in Galatians, do not be deceived. And the Bible talks about deception quite a bit and avoiding it. We know at the very beginning with Adam and Eve that they were deceived by the serpent. And so a lot of our Christian life involves evaluating what's right and wrong and what messages that we hear are right or wrong. And if we're not careful, we can be deceived. Has anybody ever told you something and you believed it? And it ends up they were deceiving you, and you might have even gotten in trouble for it. And in this particular verse, it's saying, do not be deceived. It says you will reap what you sow. This is kind of referring to farming, which you may or may not be familiar with. But when you reap a crop, you're harvesting it. It's what you bring in. What you sow is the seeds that you throw out for the harvest. And if you throw out good seed, you'll have a good harvest. If you throw out bad seed, you're going to have a bad harvest. And this basically means the way that you live your life, the way you sow around your life, that's what you're going to reap. And if you sow a lot of trouble and discord and anger and meanness and unkindness, all those kind of things, it might not come back to you immediately, but ultimately that's what you're going to get back, because you reap what you sow. And I really like one verse in here where it says, do not become weary in doing good. Have you ever got tired of doing good? Have you ever known somebody at school, or maybe even a brother or sister, that you have always tried to be nice to them, you've always tried to be good to them, and it just doesn't seem like it does any good at all, that they just keep treating you the same way? But God is telling you in the Bible, don't grow weary. Just keep going. Don't ever get tired of doing good. And doing good isn't always easy, is it? Sometimes it can be difficult. The easy thing sometimes is to do the wrong thing. But hang in there and do the right thing, because ultimately you will reap a harvest that's wonderful, because you've been sowing the right kind of things in your life. You kind of ask, well, what can I do not to be deceived? And the quickest answer I can give you is something that was very, very popular years ago, and you had it WWJD on wristbands and on shirts and just all over the place. And I don't know if you see it much anymore, but the concept is still very important. And it's WWJD. What would Jesus do? To me, that's one of the easiest ways not to be deceived in life. When somebody's trying to get you to do something you shouldn't do, you need to ask yourself, what would Jesus do? Not what would that person do that's telling me that I need to do that. Not something that's just kind of in my mind. But what would Jesus do in that situation? And that could solve a lot of your problems, but that's going to mean that you have to be familiar with God's words and the teachings of Christ. If you don't ever study the Bible in any way and you don't know the words of Jesus, when you ask what would Jesus do, you're not going to have much of an answer, because you're not familiar with his teaching. So you've got to know what Jesus says in the Bible. Now, does he answer every single question that's going to come up in your life? No, not specifically. But there are enough teachings and enough examples that you can transfer that over to your situation so that you're not deceived. A lot of times it's real easy to think that just because you're deceived that it's not your fault anymore. That it's not, what you did was not wrong because somebody tricked you. They lied to you. But that's not true. Being deceived does not make you innocent, because God expects you to look at situations and know the godly way to live and live that way. You've got to be on the lookout for being deceived. Don't walk around just accepting everything that you're told and doing everything that other people do without questioning it and saying, what would Jesus do here? And coming up with an answer and then living that way. So do not be deceived. It's been great seeing you today. And I've got one final trick for you. It's the most challenging tricks of all. You've probably seen escape artists on television, like on America's Got Talent and television shows like this. And so I have an escape act that I want you to see now that's very, very dramatic and very, very dangerous. So don't ever attempt it on your own. But now the great releasimo, my final act, this is an escape trick. So do not try this at home. You must leave this to a professional. And to make it more dramatic, I'm going to put my magic hood back on my head. And I am going to take this piece of duct tape and I'm going to put it over my mouth. Why are you cheering? You hurt Mr. Okay. I am going to put it over my mouth, and without using my hands, feet, or anything, I am going to escape. Woohoo! Ready? Music, please. Thank you.